I honestly thought we would change the name to Tiger and Batman by now.
It's not Tiger and Batman. Welcome, welcome everybody on my Twitch. I am going to live stream this duel on our Discord. So granted, all you're going to see is me, but you'll hear everybody else.
Gmail, Twitch, couple likes just went live.
Yes.
Thank Thank you for your brilliant observation, Gmail.
And his challenger is Red Roblox Disney with his beautiful fairy decks.
And for those of you wondering what deck I'm using, I literally just grab cards at random.
Perfect strategy.
Nothing could beat the strategy. I don't even know what's in my deck.
You could have formulated your best deck, but nope, you're probably just gonna have like level 1 cards in there or something.
Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
I'm telling you, he's gonna find a card and he's just gonna be like, oh god.
Well, I mean, I know I have some pretty badass cards in my deck.
I wouldn't be surprised if Nikolai had a card in his deck that was just a piece of turd.
No, that won't happen.
A literal piece of turd.
Alright.
And he's like, that's what you get for that's what you get for pulling cards at random.
Alright, to start us off, I'm gonna summon the Agent of Mystery Earth. And next I'll be placing 2 cards face down. And that'll be you go. Just in case I'm gonna post a picture.
I put the meme I made in Marcos' server, and Marcos just says in all caps, Boca yell.
Let me grab the Discord and drag it. Let me grab the Discord computer. Thank you. It's perfect. Pull the blue eyes white track. No, but I do have a pretty good hand. I will not say what it is, obviously.
Let me see what other messed up crap is in my Netflix recommended feed.
Okay, there we go. Just in case.
Yeah, just in case you think we're bluffing, we're gonna post pictures of our cards and shit.
Just in case if I'm not bluffing.
Does that say attack 1,000, defense, what, 800?
800, yeah.
Does it have any special effects? I can barely read it.
Oh, I'll tell you it because since I know.
Same, I can barely read that.
No, hold on. I'll tell you it. Just I'm only showing the picture, and I'll tell you the effects.
No problem.
And we can. So it's a solution already. Anyway, since I normal summon it, I activated special ability by adding an ancient monster from my deck and add it to my hand. Doesn't matter the level, but what matters is I grab
You're
an
at the
agent.
second. I look at the stream title. I know it's Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, I can't believe it.
It's time to duel.
It's time to do.
And remember, Yugi, when you start to stutter, just slow down and take a deep breath.
What's that from, Nigga Higa?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know that. Anyway, I discard my Higa.
It's from like Little Karibo, something like that.
Well, no, it's time to duel is from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, the duel's from Yu-Gi-Oh, but what he said, I think is from Little Karibo.
Oh, Netflix just roasted VR Troopers.
Wow.
Netflix put VR Troopers under the category of silly.
Well, I mean, it kind of is. It is 90s cheese.
Because it had a silly budget. Roasted.
Alright, so what were you saying, Red Rob?
I'm discarding Higatris from my hand to activate his special ability. I get to add a specific spell card known as Valhalla Hall of the Fallen from my deck to my hand. which I'm taking it out. Valhalla Hollow the Fallen is a continuous spell card, which is what it does. Once per turn, if I control no monsters, I can special summon a fairy monster from my hand.
Alright.
So, you do. I activate my Valhalla. I get to fairies just in. Anyway, you go.
Alrighty.
I am.
I am just going to normal summon a monster in defense mode.
Alright. Which one was?
Well, it's defense mode. You don't get to know that until you attack.
Oh.
Okay. Because I thought you said you summon a monster in
I summon a monster.
supposed to face down.
Alright.
You have to set it face.
Yes, I set it face down. I
Yeah.
summoned a monster in defense mode face down.
Okay. I summon another ancient monster known as the Agent of Creation Venus.
Okay.
Monsters were basically planetary fairies.
He's running a fairy deck for those who don't know.
Yeah.
I'm running grab a bunch of cards from that big box up there deck.
Activated agent's special ability by paying 500 life points for me to special summon one Mystic Shine Ball from my hand or deck. Since I'm going to be needing 2 Mystic Shine Balls, I'm paying 1,000.
And you've already spent 1,000 life points previously, right?
So with that, I only have a 7,000 lives. I special summon the Mystic Shine Ball from my hand and the Mystic Shine Ball from my deck. I shuffle. Next, I overlay my Agent of Mystery, my 2 Mystic Balls to create the overlay unit, and XC summon number 96 Dark Mist.
Impressive.
Let's see what your grandfather does. Ooh, I'm so ambiguously camp.
Oh, very funny. And meet my deadliest monster alive.
You really should take closer pictures of the camera. Let's see, number 96 Dark Mist. Let me see if I can just Google that.
No worries, I'll tell you the ability. You don't need to Google it because I can tell you it. Once per turn during either player's turn, when an attack is declared involving this card, an opponent's monster, I can detach 1 Xyz material from this card, half the attack of your monster, and this card gains the other half of his attack points. So he only gains half of what your monster's attack, and he gains the other half, and when it's destroyed, you lose only 100. Anyway, it's basically your weak monster that leads all your strong monsters to perish. Anyway.
Well.
Anyway. With that, I'm gonna activate Celestial Sword Eatos. And it's an equipped spell card. I can equip it to any monster I want. So I'm gonna be equipping it to the Agent of Creation Venus, which she gains 500 additional attack points, making her 21. And next, Creation will attack your face down monster.
Okay. And what is your attack points?
2100.
You have destroyed my monster. It is this, the Island Turtle with 2,000 defense.
2,000 defense? Ooh, I am 100 point of. I'm glad I didn't took that attack very rationally yet. So, with that, Darkness will attack your life directly, leaving you losing 100 points. Since your monster is in defense mode, you're safe from losing life points, but not for long since you have no monsters on the field.
That is a fair point. That reminds me, is there actually a limit on how many monsters I can summon in a particular turn?
That's a pendulum summon.
So,
Well,
yes or no?
So, yeah, I attacked my number 96 to attack Nikolai directly. So he lost 100 life points. That means he only has 7,900.
Yep.
And with that, my turn is done. You're up, Nikolai.
Alrighty. On second, I am actually updating this as we duel, so when my life points go down or your life points go down, I update it on the live stream for our lovely viewing audience.
Oh,
Lovely.
Like I said, I expect to lose, so I am taking this thing very cool and casual.
But don't give yourself too short. You have to.
I know. I am trying my best.
But all I know is I love being competitive, and I don't even care if I win or lose. And as a matter of fact, I always give my opponents a run for their money.
Okay. Now, like again, is there a limit to normal summons per turn?
Just normal summons is always once per turn. Special summons, as many as you want. Depends on the effect. And are you saying you have nothing but normal monsters?
I'm just saying if I own.
Which is
I'm just saying because I know special summons have their own rules, and just want to make sure that when I'm summoning normal monsters, I don't have limitations or what limitations I have in place. Because I know about special summons and ritual summons and whatnot. I haven't recalled on the one of the other ones.
oh, you mean sync and
Synchro summon.
AC summon?
Yeah.
Yeah. From Darkness, it's actually one of the things you haven't known yet. So, but just to, here's a taste of what it looks like, which is a card that is coated with black. Anyway, so what's your move, Nikolai?
I'm deciding.
Okay.
I'm just going to put another monster down, face down in defense mode.
Okay.
Yes, there's
And that will be the end of my turn. You are free to move.
Netflix
Alright.
roasted beaver trooper.
Yeah, that's seriously, pretty much, downright, downright sadistic for Netflix putting VR troopers.
Under silly. That's
Troops.
Troopers 3. Virtually silly.
Yep. Anyway, with that, do you have any, like, spells or trap cards you said?
God.
Nope, I just set down a monster face down in defense.
Poco meme in Marcos' server. Now
I
everyone's
have
just
4
talking-
cards in my hand.
Everyone's just spamming the chat with Pocoyo stuff. What have I done?
You are the end times. You are the end bringer, Digi. The end bringer!
Yeah. Anyway, I place one spell card or trap card face down, and I'll be attacking your face down monster, and what it is.
Ooh, you have triggered the effect of my Fiend card as a defense of 1400. However, when this card, the Helepamir, is sent to the graveyard as a result of battle, this card's effect is activated. As long as this card exists in the graveyard, your opponent must discard one card randomly from his or her hand at the end of his or her battle phase. Neither player can special summon this card from the graveyard.
Oh, so I can't special summon monsters in my graveyard?
You can't special summon this monster from the graveyard to get it out of the graveyard and the effect off of you.
Rip.
Okay, that's fine. so since I already entered my battle phase, so I have to discard a card.
Yep.
Well, you make because it's Guardian Death Sight, which is a 2,500 attack and 2,000 defense. So your demise is safe. Oh well, your demise has been postponed for now. But for now, oh yeah, that's right. I still got darkness. If I keep on attacking you, I have to keep on discarding cards. So I'll just end my turn. You go.
Did I actually upload the right card to you guys?
Oh.
There, that's the card that he just attacked and destroyed now is in the graveyard. So again, as long as this card exists in the graveyard, your opponent must discard one random card from his hand at the end of their battle phase, and neither player can special summon this card from the graveyard.
Well,
So my turn, right?
yeah, it's your turn now.
And how many monsters do you have on the field?
I have two: the Agent of Creation Venus and number 96 Dark Mist, and I don't have any cards in my hand.
Alright, and what is their attack and defense?
Venus is 2,100, 1,500, but the Celestial Sword in 500, so she's 21. And number 96 is just 100 attack points.
Let's see then. And what was the other one's attack and defense?
Number
Just be listening to this. The fact that I know nothing about Yu-Gi-Oh! Just makes it worse.
That's fine. Just keep on listening. You don't need to like speak up. Anyway, number 96 attack and defense is 100 attack and 1,000 defense.
And Venus just has 100 attack and no defense, right?
Venus has 100 attack and defense.
Alrighty.
I'm just laughing because the picture is just really.
Alrighty then. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to play Masked Dragon. Masked Dragon has an attack of 1,400 and a defense of 1,100, and I'm going to attack your Venus with it, but not before equipping it with Dragon Tea Brandy Stock. This Dragon Tuner card, when equipped to a monster, allows that monster to attack twice during the battle phase. I guess you can guess what I'm going to do. Oh, and by the way, its attack is 600 and its defense is 400, which would logically make my attack 2,000.
But Venus is 21.
Well, then I said, well, can you actually stack attacks?
Great duelist with the fourth rate.
Can you actually stack attacks? Can I actually attack that same monster twice?
If your monster is destroyed, there's no point. If you're a monster that you're battling with is destroyed, there's no point in attacking the second time. But if I can't give you my strategy away, is because Darkness is literally one of the weakest monsters.
See,
is very powerful.
See, I misheard you, and I thought you said that the attack was 100. That was my mistake. So I will attack Darkness first. I'm still using my same strategy. So Darkness has been destroyed, correct?
I activate number 96 special ability. Since you battled my number 96, I get to detach one XD material, and monster's attack is Kanin, attack monster Kanin, and he gains other half. So meaning he's only 100 points stronger than the monster. So that means your monster is destroyed.
That's a bummer, though. There is an effect on the Masked Dragon. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Dragon-type monster with 1,500 or less attack from your deck.
Graveyard, is that basically pretty much the Doom dimension from Bakugan?
Kinda, sorta. So I had a defense in case I made a mistake.
What's that?
I told you. When this monster is destroyed as a result of battle, I can summon a dragon-type monster from my deck with 1,500 or less attack points.
Oh, you have dragon abilities. My little brother has.
So let me go and find a dragon. It
Oh,
is.
that's Mask. Oh, Mask Dragon. Is he really the dragon from Mask Rider?
Yes, yes, he is. He is the Master Rider Dragon. Obviously, he's Dragon Knight. You didn't know that?
He... I noticed. I actually noticed.
Oh, you're actually using that mass hero deck.
No, he's using Nikolai's using a random deck.
I literally just picked cards at random. So I expect to lose, but I figured it'd be fun. Irregardless.
I'd call it winner, but my deck's too strong for both of you.
Oh, you have no idea what's on my deck. I don't know what's in my deck. I've been collecting these cards for years.
Well, no, his deck is stronger than mine. But I know his deck is way more stronger than any kind of random decks they have to pick up.
Alright, I have got my card. Let me shuffle my deck.
Okie dokes.
And I will end my turn here.
What did you
With the
special-
big old.
I special summoned. Now, do I summon it into my hand or do I summon it to play?
No, you have to special summon to the field.
Ah, that's right. I special summoned. Yeah, it's been a while, a bit rusty. I special summoned then. Now, can I special summon in defense or is it always an attack?
Okay.
When you special summon, is it always in attack or defense? Can you choose?
Depends on the effect. Like my Shining Angel, for example. If it's destroyed, I get to special summon a monster with 1500 or less, but I have to put it in automatically attack position. So there is no choice for that. However, since Masked Dragon did Masked Dragon say a specific position that
Nope.
you're supposed to?
Nope. It just says summon 1500 or less dragon.
Okay, and you can choose either put it in an attack position or defense position.
Well, then I will go with defense. And what I summoned is... I have to keep taking pictures for everybody on our lovely, lovely Twitch.
That's fine. At least we have to keep ourselves updated, just in case. Oh, speaking of keeping myself updated, I forgot to take the pic really quickly.
That would be the twin-headed behemoth.
Holy shoot! I remember seeing that picture before. I remember having that card in Japanese form.
Oh, I have some Japanese cards in my deck, too. I had a quick look through my deck when I had to find the card. I have some really nice cards in there. Whether or not we'll see them is another question. Alright, so it has been special summoned into defense mode, and I end my turn.
Okay. Here's the field that I have. And by the way, AKA don't. Anyway.
Now, since I attacked, now your darkness monster, he was in attack, not defense, right? And he has 100. He'd have 100 more health than me, so I would take 100 points of damage, right?
No, or he's only been. So with that, let me see.
As far as I understand, I'm still at 79 versus your 7,000.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm at 7,000. Okay. Just in case just in case. Anyway, I already draw a card and 21 attacks. Your defensive monster.
That's a defense of 1,200.
Alrighty.
So it obviously gets destroyed.
And, yep. Does it have an effect after it's destroyed?
Yes, I was just about to tell you. If this card is destroyed and sent to the field, to the graveyard, special summon it during the end phase of this turn with 1,000 attack and 1,000 defense.
And since I'm ending my battle phase and I have one card in my hand and I have to discard it, already a major problem for me to draw big.
Yep.
Anyway.
And you can, and neither one of us can get it out of that graveyard. We cannot special
Oh,
summon it out of the graveyard.
Graveyard. Anyway, since I already end my turn, second main phase, double checking my face stand. Okay, you're next.
All right. So I have set that card off to the side because it will automatically special summon on its own. Draw a new card. I am going to. Do you specify whether a card is magic or trap when you lay it face down, or you just say I'm laying a face down card?
For trap cards, you have to set it and wait one more turn. That's why, and that's why my face downs are traps, or wait until my turn and to like wait in specific turns or something like that.
Yeah, obviously they can. There's cards that can activate, at specific turns. So I am going to set a magic, well, technically a trap card down, and that's all you get to know. I'm setting a trap card down.
I'm gonna activate my quick play spell card, Mystical Space Typhoon, to destroy that face down. And what it does is destroy one spell or trap card on the field, so goodbye your face down.
You're sure you want to do that? Because I believe that might be one of the few ways you can get that card out of my graveyard. Does it specify spell or trap? Or just card?
Well, no, it says spell or trap card.
Yeah, then you will not be able to affect my monster in the graveyard.
That's fine, as long as that face down is destroyed, because I am more cautious about face.
And you have sent to the graveyard a lovely card known as Bottomless Trap Hole.
Oh!
Activate only when your opponent summons a monster with 1500 or more attack. Destroy and remove from play that monster.
Gladly, it did not happen because I avoid my destruction. Anyway, so what's your next move?
Let's see here.
Oh, and by the way, nice 20th anniversary hymn.
Thank you. Yeah, this will be a fun one to summon. I have a lot of cards with special effects, I'm realizing. So, I am going to summon to the field well, I actually have to do this normally because I have a special effect. So I'm going to summon it face up in defense mode, a card named Dragony Trabius. When this card is normal special summon, you can send one level 3 or lower dragon type monster from your deck to the graveyard.
And you have one?
It says I can do it from my deck, so I'm just going to search my deck for the right card. And
okay.
So, defense mode, level 1 to 3 dragon card.
That pick of yours is literally meme-worthy.
Okay.
It's right now.
Oh yeah, so I think I know how to make a meme out of this.
The only problem is actually having to sort through my deck, which I have to constantly reshuffle. That's the one problem with my deck. I have to constantly reshuffle my damn deck.
It happens. Some effects lets you target your own decks and after Boku no Pico. Okay, that's actually pretty good.
We don't mention that show.
as you just did.
Eve. D.
It's G.
I will put that one in my graveyard.
Okay.
And reshuffle my
Says-
deck.
And you have to shuffle.
Yep. Reshuffle in my deck. Reshuffle in my deck. On the plus side, constantly reshuffling deck means that some of the really good cards have a better chance of spawning. And actually, did I actually give you a good picture of the Dragon Tributes? I don't think I did. So let me do that again for it. I accidentally took a picture of
Okay.
myself, not my actual card. There we go. That should do it. So he is the one that's in defense mode.
We.
And of course, now the special summon effect takes place for Twin-Headed Behemoth. He returns to the field with 1,000 attack and defense.
Okay.
And then we'll have to, at the end phase of his turn, special summon it. I will special summon him in defense. And I will end my turn. It is time for you to duel.
My turn. God, dang it. Monsters that are easy to summon. Anyway, that card from my head is set for your monster in the graveyard.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Anyway,
that card, and you have to discard a card from your hand.
do I have to?
You have to.
You have to.
Okay.
It's the game.
No, it's not just a game. It's the card's effect.
Yes.
Anyway,
Yes.
what kind of monsters do you have on the field right now?
I currently have on the field Dragony Tribunus, which is the one I just showed you, and Twin-Headed Behemoth, who, by his effect, was automatically special summoned. He has 1,000 attack and defense.
Okay. Venus will attack your behemoth monster with 21, so you'll lose 1,100 life points. And how much attack is your dragonoid?
My dragon,
Oh, never mind.
does it matter? They're both on defense.
Oh, and defense is the dragonoid one.
The Dragonuity one has a defense of 300.
Oh, 300?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. End of battle phase, and I have to discard my trap card. And with that, I'll end my turn. Go for it.
Alrighty. Oh, this should be fun. I summon to the field. In defense mode, because I love defense mode.
No, of course, you always keep on doing that.
Dragonuity Ducks. Dua. And this has a very fun special effect.
He knows how to deal with them.
I picked the deck at random, too. Dragonuary Ducks has an attack of 1,500 and a defense of 1,000. This card gains 200 attack for each face-up Dragonuity card you control. When this card is normal summoned, which I am doing now, you can select one level 3 or lower Dragon-type Dragonuity monster from your graveyard and equip it to this card.
Ah.
Oh, look, I happen to have a Dragonuity Brandy stock in my graveyard.
The one spike ball in your graveyard?
This would be Dragonuity Brandy stock. It was the card I equipped on my ill-fated 1 attack. When this card is equipped to a monster, that monster can attack twice during each battle phase.
500 per each dragonity in your field. So that means you only 1700.
Yes, I would gain. I gain 200 for this card, gain 200 for the Tribunus card, and I gain 600 for the actual card equipped onto it. So that is 2, 4, and 1,000. That's 1,000 points added to the 1,500 that it already has. That's 2,500. Discord is low on the stream. I can fix that. Give me a second. Is that any better, Hetro?
Yeah.
And with 2,500 attack points, what are your cards currently looking like?
The Agent of Creation Venus, originally 1600, but I equipped it with the Celestial Sword, gaining 500, making it 21. And Dark Mist is literally 100 attack.
Alright, well, I know Darkness has got that special effect of hell, so I'll attack your Venus with my 2,500 attack point monster.
I have a face down that you might not like.
Probably not.
I'm activating a trap card called Magic Cylinder to attack to your life points.
I'm actually in the middle of something. Please. So what does your magic cylinder do?
When an opponent's monster declares an attack, the target attack and inflict damage to your opponent equal to the target's attack. Since your Dux is 25, you lose 25.
Impressive deck. So that brings me down to... Let me actually edit the section. OBS.
You have sailing at 900 and you lose 2500 and it takes 5400.
5,400 it is.
Just in case if you don't have the calculator.
Now, do those cards get destroyed?
No. Magic Cylinder only negates your attack. It still lives.
Ah, but you forgot. Dragony Brandy Stock allows me to attack twice.
And the one card I really, really need to protect my life points for is the Sanctuary in the Sky. If what it does is a field spell, and whatever battle dealt me, whatever battle damage you dealt me at the end of my fairies, no damage at all.
But is your Venus destroyed?
No, my Venus is not destroyed because I negated your attack, and Dux's attack.
But Dux can attack twice, so if I attack Venus twice, doesn't Venus get destroyed?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yes, you forgot. Dragony Brandy Stock allows my monster to attack twice. So the first one was canceled by your spell card. What about the second attack?
With that, I lose 400.
400 life points?
Mm-hmm.
That brings you... Yes, you are now at 6,600.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's time to duel, folks. Not bad for a deck I literally slapped together randomly.
Shower after this. If someone's really want to have a duel, I'm gonna be taking a quick shower right after his duel.
Not bad for a deck I literally just grabbed at random, like, yeah, here's a bunch of cards. Throw half of them out because that'd be too many for my deck. And the remaining cards are the ones I'm using.
Yeah.
But this is very impressive of you, Nikolai. This is very impressive.
Well, I have been studying the game for a while. Alright, so that's the end of my turn. It is now your turn. Do remember that I still have a card in the graveyard that forces you to discard one card from your hand.
Ooh.
Well, that, and I'm not going to use that card for no apparent reason because I'm going to sacrifice it. While Dark Mist will attack your Dux, activate his special ability by using one overlay unit. He'll have your attack. He'll have the attack points of Dux, which is 25. Half of that is 1,250.
My life points is at 4,500?
No, you. Yeah. And your life points is 4,500. So you lost that much, making it a grand total of 44.
And is my card destroyed?
Yep.
Alright, so my one attacking card is destroyed, but I did do some decent damage.
Mm-hmm. And since I finished my battle phase, goodbye, card.
Remember,
Okay,
folks,
so
I have a card in my graveyard. I'll show it to my lovely people on the Twitch, just so they know what's going on. One of the first cards he destroyed. Halafanir. When this card has been sent to the graveyard as a result of battle, this happened way, way back, the card's effect is activated. As long as this card exists in the graveyard, your opponent discards one card randomly from his hand at the end of his battle phase. Neither player can special summon this card from the graveyard.
I know what that does.
I'm letting the people on the Twitch know who don't. Because
Oh,
you're randomly discarding cards. I want them to understand why.
because some of them are not going to be useful for the time being yet.
Anyway, so it's my turn. I can draw a card. Correct?
Yeah, you're drawing a card because it's your draw phase, and then standby is nothing much unless effect says it so. And then go to your main phase where you can summon, set, or switch positions of your monsters.
Let's see here.
Darkness is pretty much one of the most powerfulest effects ever, but he only has one more overlay unit, so use your strategy wisely.
What's the significance of overlay units?
It's basically stacking how many cards that has the same exact level and pile it into one pile and summon the Xyz monster and put it on top of the pile. And overlay units was actually used for sacrifices to activate effects.
I've just been using regular spell cards. And equips.
No. Spell cards don't. Ritual spell cards you need sacrifices to summon a specific monster. So
Haven't used any rituals.
Mm-hmm. And with that, what is your next move?
Well, unless I completely misunderstand the rules, I am just going to put a... Let's go with this. I will place a card...
You're going to be losing 1 points either way.
Well, assuming I can do this, I have a card I'm going to place face up in defense mode.
Oh, you're kidding me. How much is he?
Face up in defense mode. This is the Photon Lizard Dragon effect. You contribute this card. It's not really relevant. Attack 900, defense 1200. But I'm not done yet.
Photon Lizard?
Yep.
First Dragoonities, you have photons?
Yeah.
That's
It's the most random deck I have. I literally picked these things at random, folks. Like, what the hell?
There are some decks that actually have some potential, like the Dragoonities and the photons. My little brother actually knows how to deal with them.
Now, I'm not done yet, because... Now, who is my most powerful unit? And who do you have on the field for me to kill?
Yes, it's something simple, yet you have to strategize it pretty quickly. I mean, cleverly.
So again, who do you have on the field? So I can figure out who, if any, I want to attack.
I only have his Dark Mist and having one more overlay unit left.
Now, Darkness is a pain in the ass to attack directly, because he always has 100 more than whoever attacks him.
Yep.
However, being able to up my defense isn't a bad idea. Let's see here.
Defenses, you might... I don't know if you really want to keep upping your defenses, because sometimes it's a good strategy, but would it last against a stronger opponent? I'm not a stronger opponent. There are other stronger opponents.
Oh, I know.
there.
I'm basing this upon our particular duel here.
Ah.
Yeah, I am not tailoring this a generic... Alright, so this is what I'm going to do. My Photon Lizard, which of course is a defense of 1200, I'm going to equip with the United We Stand spell card.
What does it do?
The equipped monster gains 3,500 attack and defense for each face-up monster you control.
Okay, now that's a pretty good card.
Of course, you only have darkness, so I'm not attacking him, but it gives me a good defense.
Okay, so it has 1,700 defense, and my
Oh
monster
no, more than 1,700 defense. It's 800 attack and defense for each face-up monster you control. I control 3 face-up monsters.
I know, but your lizard's defense points currently is 900, and he gained.
No, the
no.
lizard. You're not thinking of the wrong one. The photon lizard's attack is 900. Its defense is 1,200.
Oh, okay.
So that's 8, 16, 24, on top of 12.
Have on the field.
I have Photon Lizard, the two-headed behemoth, which was special summoned a while back, and Dragony Tribunus.
Oh, dang it! You have 2. That means 16.
I have 3, including the monster itself it's equipped onto.
Oh.
3 face-up monsters, all in defense mode.
And that means that's only that means it's
It's 12 plus 800 plus 800 plus 800 to the defense points, and 900 plus 800 plus 800 plus 800 to the attack points.
24 plus 12, making it 30.
3,600 defense points.
Sounds pretty powerful.
And of course, 24 plus 9 gets us what? That would be 3,300 attack points.
I know one card that can save me, but I need. It feels like I need to wait a couple of draws to get him.
And I will end my turn here.
There's
Because I am not attacking that darkness until I have some way of negating its effect. Or sending it directly to the graveyard.
I set one card face down, and I end my turn by skipping my battle phase, so the effect won't apply to me.
Yeah, you skip your battle phase. Alright, that's smart. And for those of you wondering, that is my current field of cards. All in defense mode.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go into a holding pattern now, folks, because I am not attacking his darkness.
Well, at least you're putting it defensively, and I know darkness has nothing to do about it.
But, and now it's my turn, right? So I draw a card. Right? You're properly ending your turn?
Yeah, I already end my turn. It's your move. It's your move.
Okay. 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 Yeah, here is an interesting idea. Have you ever heard of the card Creature Swap?
Oh no. What does it look like? I know the name, but I forgot what it looks like.
Oh, you'll see it in a second. Each player chooses one monster they control and switches control of that monster with each other. Those monsters cannot change their battle position for the rest of this turn. So I now have control of your darkness. You get to pick any one of my cards.
Okay. Oh no! If I take your photon lizard in defense mode, it won't apply if I don't have any monsters face up already.
Exactly. So would you prefer the twin-headed behemoth, which has 1,000 attack and 1,000 defense? Or the Dragony Tribune, which has 500 attack and 300 defense?
I'll take the behemoth.
Alright, the behemoth is now on your side of the field, and I have access to darkness.
Yeah, but...
Oh, and by the way, since that was a magic card and not an actual creature card, I'm going to summon a creature face up in defense, the Acorno, which means I still have 3 cards face up, which means I still have the same 800 bonus, the same, 2,400 point bonus.
Alrighty.
On the photon.
So what's your...
Oh, I'm just putting Acorno He's a plant effect. During your main phase, you can send one Pycono from your hand to the graveyard and special summon this card from the hand. I'm not obviously going to do that because I don't think I even have Pycono, but it has an attack of 200 and defense of 400. It's mainly there to buff, you know, the attack power of
Yeah.
Photon Lizard. Speaking
That
of,
means
you have now. What do you have to defend yourself with?
I have Behemoth in defense position, Valhalla face up spell card, and 2 face downs. Why? I don't have your Behemoth. That's but I'm disguising one with a proxy for now, so I can actually help you visualize it.
All right. Again, the
And
Behemoth, since he was special summoned, is actually functioning at only 1,000 attack and defense.
Yeah, and it goes into your graveyard, and it's gonna be resummoned again. Well, not field, but in your field.
Actually, no. Each player can only use the effect of this twin-headed behemoth once per duel.
And how come? Oh, you haven't. I think you have 3 copies of him.
No,
Do
I have
you?
only have one. You've only attacked him once, destroyed him once, and then you haven't touched him again.
Oh.
You've been running in a holding pattern.
Oh,
I haven't done
wonder,
anything
no
with him. I let him special summon himself, and I just am letting him buff my deck.
Okay. Well, I get you.
All right.
Okay, so what's your next move?
Let's see here. Well, I could easily destroy the twin-headed behemoth. I mean, I do have, what? More than sufficient attack points to destroy it. Now, obviously, he's in defense mode. It won't affect your life points, but he will be destroyed.
Are you gonna use my number monster against me?
What would happen if I used your number monster against you? Because I don't know number monsters that well.
That's fine. What he does is discards his effect activates. It only affects the attack points. That's it.
Do I have to discard a card or something like that?
No, he discards the overlay unit, which he already has 1.
Well, then I will use darkness to destroy the twin-headed behemoth you stole from me.
All right. So that means that card goes bye-bye, and this card goes bye-bye. And Darkness already has 1, no more overlay units, so the effect cannot be reused again.
That's fine, because he still counts as my 4th card, face-up card.
That's right.
Now, who else do you have to defend yourself with?
I'm nothing now.
Well, then, I guess I will attack you directly with Photon Lizard, who has currently, in effect, let's see, 900 plus 3,200 attack points.
You cannot attack your life points in defense position.
No, Photon Lizard was an attack, remember?
Oh, okay.
That's why he was as an equip card. I used him to attack previously.
Okay, how much is he?
That would be, considering I have 4 face-up monsters, that is 800 times 4, which is 16 times 2, which is 32, plus 900. That would be 4,100 life points are dealt directly to you directly.
41, okay.
You're down to 3. You're down to what?
2,500.
2,500 life points.
Now you're giving me a run for my money.
I end my turn.
Okay, draw. Okay, since I have Valhalla Hall of the Fallen, it lets me special. If I no more monsters, I can special summon a fairy from my hand, and I special summon my Dimensional Alchemist.
Are you entering battle phase with that Dimensional Alchemist? Because remember, if you enter battle phase, you have to discard a card from your hand.
I will be using his special ability.
Alright.
Alright, his special... Oh, I forgot to show you a picture first. Uh. Oh wow, it's even more clear than it looks. So you can the effect very clearly. You can see the picture and what he looks like.
Once per turn, it's still kind of blurry to me. Let's see
That's
if I can
fine. I'll take it anyway. Once per turn, you can remove from play the top card of my deck. This card gains 500 until the end of the turn. When this card is destroyed and sent from my side of the field to the graveyard, I can select one of my remove from play monsters and return it to my hand.
Okay.
For now, I'm gonna activate special ability, but I'm not going to attack because of that monster in your graveyard. Oh, you monster. Anyway, and with that, I'll just go. And his attack points goes back to 1300.
Okay. So, is it my turn, or are you still doing your turn?
Oh no, it's your turn. I skipped my battle phase.
Alrighty. I've got one, two. Well, you can have a total of 5 cards on your field, right? As monster cards.
As much as I want to destroy my number monster because it's pretty much useless in effect, but I know it's going to be useful because you're
It's
you're
acting as a
actually
buffer.
Yeah, you already have 4 monsters, and the max you can have monsters is 5.
That's what I thought. So, let me introduce you to the next card I am summoning up in defense mode. Now, that card is the only thing you have to defend yourself with, that fairy card.
Yeah, that very card already has 1300.
And it's in attack mode, not defense mode.
It's in attack mode.
So if I attack and anything gets through, you'll take damage.
Who are you attacking with?
That's what I'm trying to decide. So first of all, I'm going to summon to the field Flying Kamakari, number 1.
Oh, a level monster, okay.
Get a proper picture. When this card is destroyed by battles into the graveyard, you can special summon one wind monster with 1500 or less attack points from your deck in face-up attack position.
Oh, okay. And how much attack is this insect?
1400. He's in defense
Okay.
mode. The only thing in attack mode is, of course, my Photon Lizard, who now has 5 face-up cards.
5 face-up cards, that means 4,000.
Is that the actual math? Is
From his original attack points, that makes 49.
800 times 4.
No, no, it's you
800
have
then. I have 5 monsters on the field because of your darkness. So that's 4,000 plus the original 900. That's 4,900 attack points.
And with that, what are you gonna do?
Oh, I'm gonna attack your fairy.
I'm sorry, but if you're, I would lose the duel if my dimensional alchemist is destroyed. However, I have a trap that'll make me the champ, and that is another magic cylinder.
Remind me what that does?
Negate the attack of one of my opponent's monster and inflict damage to your opponent equal to its attack.
Impressive. You have definitely won. I have negative 500 hit points, life points.
Mm-hmm.
I did not account for that card. Ah, well. It was a good duel.
That was GG. You're being more impressive with the random. And with that, folks, that's the end of our duel. And I know some of you are really wanting to duel me with your real decks, but no worries. I'm just gonna take a quick shower and get back to the voice chat in a moment, like less than 5 or 10 minutes. Anyway, thanks for the duel. Nicholas. No, Nikolai.
Nikolai. Yeah, Nikolai.
I will now return your darkness to you. Give me back my damn behemoth.
Ha!
That was a fun duel, considering I literally chose my deck at random. Well, while I am here with my lovely, lovely broadcasting audience, why don't I go through the rest of my deck and show you what else I had in the random deck, so we can all see what I had.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, Neo's down. I can put Neo back up. That shouldn't be a problem. Why did Neo go? Why is
remember,
Neo?
I needed that one card that can actually destroy, and that's the one I really need. And I'll take a picture to show that to you.
Well, let's see here. So, starting at the bottom of my deck, we have Foolish Burial. Send one monster card from your deck to the graveyard. We have Counterforce. When a monster's attack is negated, the target a face-up attack position monster, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the difference in attack between the two monsters.
Oh no.
Dragon Ravine. Once per turn during your main phase, you can discard one card to activate one of these effects. Add a one level 4 or lower dragony monster from your deck to your hand. Send one dragon type monster from your deck to the graveyard.
That's the one card I really need to save myself for, because he's the guy that could use his effect more times than I attack.
Very nice. I've got Soggin. Increases the attack and defense of all Beast Warrior and Warrior type monsters by 200 points. We have Dragon's Rage. During battle between an attacking dragon type monster you control and the defense position monster whose defense is lower than your attack, the attacking monster inflict the differences battle damage to your opponent. Basically,
wow,
and I
wow,
also go ahead.
Wow, it's even more clearer when I post that picture with Flash.
And then, of course, I've got, I don't know if you've ever heard of this card, just some simple, crazy little blue card. Arborisk, the Tormentor.
Almost the Tormentor? You have an Egyptian god card?
I have an Egyptian guard card. Yeah, no big deal. I have Rush Recklessly. This is in my random deck, mind you.
I know it's a random deck, but you seriously have an Egyptian god card?
I have more than one.
Oh no, that means you have a Slifer and Raw, have you?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
I don't know if they're in this
Jealous?
deck, mind you, but I
You
know
jealous?
it's
You
among my
jealous?
cards. I've got Rush Recklessly. Increase one monster's attack by 7 points to turn this card is activated. Would actually get through Darkness, and since it's not a permanent buff, only for the actual turn of the attack.
But with Egyptian god cards, you only need to sacrifice 3 monsters, which the ones you have, and end up summoning him, and you need 2 sacrifices to destroy all monsters on your opponent's side of the field, and he won't attack because his effect activates. And this is a pretty decent. That's a pretty decent random cards deck that you were pulling off.
Yeah, I know. I do have a Pinecono, so if I actually needed to summon a Pinecono, I could have. I have Mirror Force. Pinecono. If this card is sent to the graveyard, the effect of Acorno, you can special summon this card to the graveyard. I have Mirror Force. Activate only when opponent's monster declares an attack. Destroy all attack position monsters your opponent controls.
Oh.
I have Curry Volt.
Curry Bolt?
Curry Volt. During your main
Curry
phase,
Volt.
you can target one face-up XYZ monster that has XYZ material, detach one XYZ material from it, and special summon one Curry Volt from your deck. This card cannot be used as a synchro monster. And another creature.
You have that in your deck?
Yeah. I have another creature swap.
Oh, God.
I have Necro Valley. As long as this card remains face-up on the field, all effects of magic, trap, and or effect monster cards that involve graveyards are negated, and neither player can remove cards in the graveyard from play. In addition, increasing the attack and defense of all monsters that include Gravekeeper in their card name by 500 points.
Damn.
Oh, I know what Necrolite I know what Necro Valley does, and because my brother has I think they're and because my little brother also has the Necro monsters.
I've also got something called Mystical Something Something Typhoon.
Mystical Space Typhoon. That's the one I have.
Yeah, I know. I'm making a joke. I have
Okay.
Insector Centipede. Once per turn, you can equip one Insector monster from your hand or graveyard to this card. If an equipped card is sent to your graveyard while equipped with this card, except during the damage step, you can add one Insector card from your deck to your hand. While this card is equipped to a monster, that monster's level is increased by 3. I have a question. When activating this card, your opponent cannot check cards in the graveyard. Your opponent calls the name of the first monster found at the bottom of your graveyard. If the call is right, the monster is removed from play. If she calls it wrong, the monster is special summoned on your side of the field and face up attack or defense decision.
Well, good thing I had to finish it very quickly.
I have Toon Mermaid. This card cannot be summoned unless Toon World is on the field. This card cannot attack in the same turn it is summoned. Pay under 500 life for each time this monster attacks. When Toon World is destroyed, this card is also destroyed. If your opponent doesn't control a Toon monster on the field, this card may inflict direct damage to your opponent's life points. If a Toon monster is on your opponent's side of the field, your attack must target the Toon monster.
I know what tunes are, and for what it's worth, I know Toon Monster's biggest weakness is Toon World. If it's destroyed, they're all gone. And in my defense, I know what those tunes really work. And I'm pretty sure you have known by this because tunes are unbeatable, but they can be destructible.
Yes. I have Jowls of Dark Demise. Fiend effect. Flip. Take control of one monster on your opponent's side of the field until the end of the turn that this card's effect is activated. When the controlled monster attacks, it may attack your opponent's life points directly. A Cat of Ill Omens. Flip. Select one trap card from your deck and place it on top of your deck. If Necro Valley is active on the field, you can add that selected card to your hand. Weather report. Flip. Destroy all opponents face-up Swords of Revealing Light on the field. If Swords of Revealing Light is destroyed, you can perform your battle phase twice this turn, or your next turn, if activated during your opponent's turn.
Oh, there is a card where it destroys Swords of Revealing Light that lets you attack.
Yeah. And then we have something called the Barrel Dragon.
Oh, golly. I know what this card might look like. Does it have 3 gun shoots?
On the back, yep. Toss a coin 3 times. If 2 out of 3 results are heads, destroy one monster on your opponent's side of the field. This card's effect can only be used during your own turn, once per turn. And then I have a variant of that because I have cards that are both American and Japanese in origin. I think even some Korean cards. I also have Gun Arm Drag, which is the exact same card, just a different name. I have Slot Machine, which literally says nothing aside from this machine's ability is said to vary according to the slot results. But it is stupidly high level.
Oh. But, have you already known the rules where you can normal summon if you have higher level monsters? With 4 and under, you can normal summon them fine. And
yeah, but this is a level 7 monster.
Because level 5 and 6, where you sacrifice 1 monster to summon it, level 7 and 8 lets you sacrifice 2 to summon it, while 9 and 10 is basically summoning 3.
Yep. And we have Penguin Knight. When this card is sent directly from your deck to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect, combine your graveyard cards with your own deck, shuffle them, and form a new deck.
No way.
Yeah. Want me to take a picture for you? Instead of having to rely on the Twitch?
Yeah, I need to know what it looks like. I heard of penguin monsters, but Penguin Knight. Really?
There you go. Penguin Knight.
Oh my goodness. Now I know what it looks. Oh, now
I have
Uh.
MX Saber Invoker. An XYZ effect monster. Once per turn, you can detach one XYZ material from this card, special summon one level 4 Earth Warrior or Beast Warrior type of monster from your deck in face-up defense position. Destroy it during the end phase. It's a holo. Legacy of Yatagarasu. Activate one of these effects. Draw one card, or activate only if your opponent controls a face-up spirit monster. Draw 2 cards. Trap card.
it's a drop card. So you only. Do you have like a lot of spirit monsters? Because if you don't,
I
then
don't.
it's
I probably have it in my actual proper deck, but like I said, I chose them at random.
Well, of course, you would probably use the first effect either way.
Bunnyzilla. This rabbit's got a sweet tooth. Level 1 card. No, really. Just flavor text. I will defeat you with a rabbit. Spirit Reaper. Zombie effect. This monster is not destroyed as a result of battle at any time. Although damage calculation is applied normally, when this card is specifically designated as a target of the effect of a magic trap or effect monster card, this card is immediately destroyed. When the card attacks your opponent's life points directly, one card is randomly selected from your opponent's hand and discarded to the graveyard.
Huh.
And that's only a level 3 monster. Curse of Aging. Discard one card from your hand. Decrease the attack and defense of all monsters on your opponent's side of the field by 500 points until the end of the turn this card is activated in. Please focus, camera. Arsenal Bug. If there are no face-up insect-type monsters except this monster on your side of the field, both the attack and defense of this monster become 1,000 points. It's normally 2,000. So it only works against other insects, basically. And then I have a straight-up Japanese card that I cannot read the damn thing anything about. Here, I'll take a picture. Maybe you guys can figure out what the hell this card is.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably just assume it's a normal monster and summon it normally.
Well,
I've got Exiled Force. Offer face up this card on your side of the field as a tribute to destroy one monster on the field. If this card is used as a tribute summon, or this card is offered as a tribute due to other card effects, this card is not activated. I've got somebody called the Dark Ruler Hades. As long as this card remains face up on the field, negate the effect of effect monsters destroyed by field-type monsters on your side of the field in this battle. This card cannot be special summoned from the graveyard. And I've got Skull Knight number 2. If you tribute summon a fiend-type monster by offering this monster as a tribute, special summon one Skull Knight number 2 from your deck in face-up attack or defense position. Your deck is then shuffled. And I've got something called the Thousand Eyes Idol. A wicked entity that controls the hearts of men, and no other, and just flavor text. Fiber Jar. Both players unite all their respective cards on the field, in their hands and then in their graveyards with their respective decks, and shuffle them. Then both players draw 5 cards from their shuffled decks. Basically makes you do a do-over.
Well, okay.
I've got Byster Shock. When this card is normal summoned, flip summoned, or special summoned, return all set cards on the field to their opponent's respective hands.
Summon what?
Camera.
Yeah.
Camera, focus, please.
Is it trying to? Oh yeah, I'm seeing purpose.
And then I don't know if you ever heard of this card. It's not very popular. I'll show it to the people on the Twitch first.
Our bot is down again.
Wait, what?
I have to look at what's breaking RP bot. But somebody is breaking RP bot.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
I think it's the one called Digiminer 312.
I've got that card.
Oh, you have Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Mm-hmm. I've got a call called Minar. When this card is sent directly from your hand to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect, inflict 1,000 points of direct damage to your opponent's life parts. There we go. And another Japanese card, though I cannot read the damn word of it. Camera. Focus on the card, please.
I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here.
And I've got Performance of Sword. This monster can only be ritual summoned with a ritual magic card. Commencement Dance. You must also offer monsters whose total level stars equals 6 or more as a tribute.
Gotta go dinner.
Alright. I have the Inexperienced Spy. Select and see one card in your opponent's hand. I have the Huge Revelation is Over. A trap card. When a spell, trap, or effect monster's effect is activated, it destroys 2 or more cards on the field, negate the effect, and banish it.
Oh god.
And then I've got another Dragony. The Legionnaire. When this card is normal summoned, you can select one level 3 or lower Dragon-type Dragony monster from your graveyard and equip it to this card. You can then send one Dragonuity card from your spell and trap card zone to the graveyard and select one face-up monster from your opponent's destroy and select. You can then send one Dragonuity card from your spell and trap card zone to the graveyard and send one face-up monster you control and destroy your opponent controls and destroy it.
Before I go, I found this on Marcos's server just now.
I've got Rye Rider. If this card battles an opponent's monster, that monster cannot attack while it is face up on the field.
Boom.
Yeah, that's definitely Beauty and the Beast. And then I don't know if you ever heard of this thing. It's got kind of a crazy name. Interplanetary Purpley Thorny Dragon.
That's a good Photoshop, I'll give it that.
Yeah,
It is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go now. See ya.
If a monster you control is destroyed by battle by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. I've got Luminize. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster, negate the attack, and one face-up light monster you control gains attack equal to the target's attack until your next end phase. Almost done, folks. I've got Windstorm of Equata. Change the battle positions of all face-up monsters your opponent controls. I've got Creepy Coney. Flip. Inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent for each face-up normal monster you control, except tokens.
Okay.
That would have been pretty devastating with my current setup I had. Would you have a way of actually defending against what would be 5,000 direct damage?
Yeah.
Well, actually, probably only be 4,000 because Darkness would not be considered a normal monster. All the others were normal monsters. But then again, I only needed 2,500 to kill you. There is Fuchsia Richie. Richie! This card can only be special summoned from your hand or your deck by offering one Grand Dessert that has been filled to conditions as a tribute. You can flip this card into face-down defense position. Lots of other stuff. And, of course, everyone's favorite card, Monster Reincarnation. I have Icarus Attack. Tribute one winged beast-type monster to select 2 cards on the field and destroy them. Garuda Wind Spirit. This card cannot be normal summoned or set. This card only be special summoned by removing from play one wind monster in your graveyard. During your opponent's end phase, you can select one face-up monster your opponent controls and change its battle position. And I have another Dragonuity,
Nice.
Dark Spear. Once per turn, you contribute one Dragon-type Dragonuity monster to select one level 4 or lower Winged Beast-type monster in your graveyard and special summon it.
Okay.
Master Koyushi. Keep in mind, if you had these cards, you still wouldn't have been able to get that card out of the graveyard since it cannot be special summoned by either player. That was a devastating card. And just a random zombie.
I do have his Archlord Christia, which I only need to special summon her if I have exactly 4 fairies in my graveyard, and I could special summon it if I.
I have Red
With that
Archery
effect-
Girl, a variant on the Mermaid Girl, that the tune is based upon. I've got another.
If my monster is if my Christia is special summoned with her effect, it lets me add 1 fairy card from my graveyard into my hand.
Nice. And I've only got 2 more cards. We have got Wait/Cancel. When your opponent would normal or special summon a monster, discard 1 Watt monster and negate the summon and destroy it.
But the flaw of my Christia is we both cannot special summon more monsters.
I could definitely see that being a definitely big point, not being able to special summon. Tribute 1 wind monster and select 1 card your opponent controls. Place that card in the bottom of their deck. Spiritual Wind Art, Mayubi, trap card. And that is my entire deck.
Ah.
A lot of crazy cards.
I don't have a lot of agents, but I know there is more of them. But I am actually reduced to a number of agents, which I only need is Earth, Venus, Mercury, and
Sailor
and
Mars?
Master, and their master. There is a Mars, but I don't have one. There is a Mars. I do have them, but I don't have them.
You have them, but you don't have them. And just for you guys to get an idea of the size of my card deck, here's a bunch more. Here's some more.
Well, I have Saturn, and I do have I think Mercury. Yeah, I have 3 other cards other than Venus, Earth, Mercury. And, no, Jupiter. I don't have in my deck yet. I still have it as a collection.
Right.
There's already a new type of the agents. It's called Uranus.
What about Uranus? Why are you telling us about Uranus?
Literally, it's called Uranus. It's not Uranus. I can't. This ET joke, it really comes into me. Anyway, of course, no one even wants to consider Pluto a planet of our solar system. Anyway, it's master plan. It's master
Got
of the
Seto
planet.
Kaiba. I've got the Seto Kaiba card.
Kaiba, man.
I have Seto Kaiba, the actual card. And Joey Wheeler.
Oh, what kind of character cards you were talking about?
They're actually official Yu-Gi-Oh cards. From the beginning of the duel, you can select a race. Then all monsters in your deck, your hand, and your field are all changed into the race you have selected. That's the Seto Kaiba card effect. My other card booker. Because, you know, decadal. And let's see what else. Now, those are all Power Ranger cards. And I think that is the rest of my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I have to resort where that box sits later. More Dragonuity, Scapegoats, Kaiser Coliseum. There you go, folks. That is the entirety of my collection of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I've also got some Magic. I've got some Power Ranger cards.
Power Ranger cards?
Yep.
Power Ranger cards? Did you actually make them in Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Maker?
No, I have the actual Power Ranger cards that came with all of the Megaforce stuff.
No. Wait a minute. Are they you can actually make them real? Oh, like physical hard copy?
They're physical Power Ranger cards, yeah. They had a card game, as short-winded as it was.
Oh, yeah. I heard there's a trading card game for Power Rangers.
One of these days I'm actually going to play the Seto Kaiba card and turn everything into Dragonuity cards.
But I thought you were gonna say Power Rangers is also Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but no, that's not quite.
Well,
it.
technically, since they're cards, I probably could incorporate them in. That'd be kind of weird,
Well,
but probably could.
did back in high school. Yeah, well, Yu-Gi-Oh card maker. Anyway, oh, and by the way, Furbus Brown actually is pissed off that I actually beat the master of the stream.
That's all right. It's fun. I literally chose a random deck, so you know I wasn't expecting to win in the first place. The fact I got you down to 2,500 is impressive to me. There's just the back of my card booker.
Well, you gotten close of what you were expecting to be.
Yeah. Slifer the Sky Dragon, the Winged Dragon Ra was in there.
Mm-hmm. I saw that.
And of course, Obelisk the Tormentor.
Yeah, of course. I know what Obelisk the Tormentor would look like before the reprint.
Throw all these into my little folder here, and I can. The next time I do a game, I'll pick another bunch of cards at random, and we'll see how well that does. Maybe I'll pull Blue Eyes White Dragon on the first turn. Who knows?
That'll be awesome.
I summon to the field. I summon Operation Overdrive Silver. Do I have that card? I don't know. Because most of the Power Ranger cards were Red Rangers.
Yeah, I love. That what I've been wanted to create is Yu-Gi-Oh mixed with Power Rangers, and which kind of Rangers do I really want to put them as decks? Red Rangers.
Yep, all Red Rangers. All Red Rangers. Including Jason! Including Jason!
Does most people who are in the stream, not only you, but the ones who joined are actually going to Power Morphicon and...
I unfortunately am not going to Power Morphicon. I can't afford food. You think I'm going to be going to a con?
Well, yeah, but I know there's a con that is coming up along the way, which is Ranger Stop in Florida, which I agree to myself that I couldn't afford going to Florida and having a hotel room and buying like a day or two or maybe 3 to a convention. And at some point, Power Morphicon is literally the closest thing I actually can afford. Well, for the 3 days actually, because it's like $70 for the Red Ranger membership online.
Alrighty, folks. Well, I think that has been a lovely little change in pace. For those of you who actually are wondering about the Skyrim and the Fallout stuff, I actually had one of my hard drives fail. So, you know, as you guys already know, I've been backing up all of the files to my VidMe so people can get access to that as a subscriber. And as I was doing that, and I'd gotten everything up there and gotten everything up onto the Patreon server, the hard drive that I actually store all those video files onto started to fail. And I mentioned this a couple times, how whenever I try to launch Skyrim, that drive would disconnect. Well, yesterday, while I was just doing normal stuff, Windows wanted me to format that hard drive. The hard drive includes all of my data, as well as the unreleased Pokemon Go road trip videos. Now, thankfully, Windows stopped trying to format the drive, and I was able to back it up onto another hard drive. But now, yeah, that means I'm down to 7 hard drives out of my original 9. Because the first hard drive that failed had the actual installation for Skyrim and Fallout 4 on it.
Oh, okay.
So I had to reinstall those from scratch. And then the drive that has all of my video files decided it's going to start giving up the ghost. And I was able to get the files backed up off of that. But yeah, I have lost 2 hard drives in about 6 months.
Well, I better be taking a shower very quickly, and it's been a great pleasure to meet the owner of the streams and dueling the owner of streams.
That was fun. I'm glad you had fun. That was I honestly expected to get my ass kicked in like the first 3 turns. I'm like, I'm just gonna pick a bunch of cards at random. I'm not even gonna count to make sure I have 40. I'm just gonna say this is probably close enough. And then I did pretty well.
You've actually settled yourself more than 3, and yeah, you knocked me with 2,500 life points left. So you did pretty decent for yourself.
And remember, folks, we all both started with 8,000 life points.
Always.
So that was an interesting duel. So of course, now that I've got my files backed up, I tinkered around with Skyrim, and I was going to do Skyrim today, but then we had our Yu-Gi-Oh duel. I was actually just about to jump into Skyrim. I'm like, it's going to feel something a little bit different than Skyrim. And actually, last night while I was backing up all my files, I was actually trying to see what is the status of Fallout 4. And I tried to launch Fallout 4, and it immediately crashed the desktop. So I had to start uninstalling all of my mods, which means I have to go back through each and every single mod and slowly activate them, and that's going to be a pain in the ass if I ever want to play Fallout 4 again. So I'll probably have to start from scratch and just figure out what mods do I need that require a new character. So I know there's a couple of mods that only work on a new game because they change global settings that only instantiate once. So I have to figure out which ones there are. I know there's at least one of them that's the fix for, what is it called? The settlement that's inside the big boxed wall. That's the pre-war city. It's been a while since we did Fallout 4. Basically, the last time I think I did Fallout 4 was actually when I had the hard drive, because I was making a bunch of mods for Fallout 4, and then I lost all that work when that hard drive died. And that just kind of depressed me considerably. Like, I don't really want to have to redo all that work all over again. And I just couldn't get up the energy to redo Fallout 4. But I've uninstalled everything. I've set everything back to the baseline. I've launched the game. I'm going to activate a few key mods the next day or so. And then we'll jump back into Fallout 4 and see what we have to do to debug it. It's going to be fun. The life of a mod author, everybody. And of course, you can also just play the game on our Discord that I built into the Discord. Because we actually have a built-in henshin system. An actual character card slot. Which, as you watching the recording of the stream, will see people saying like luck +1 and whatnot. They're building their character sheets.
Oh, have you been noticed? I've been updating my character card.
Yep. There's actually a lot of stuff you can do. You can change your weight, your fitness class. You can change your height, your carry weight, and everything else is calculated based upon your stats.
So
if you actually want to see, you can also proc me on other players and see what their stats are. So I'm going to say proc Furbus Brown, and I can pull up Furbus's card. So you're not limited to pulling up your own card. You can pull up anyone else's card as well. And Furbus, I mentioned because he's insanely high level.
Okay. So I put in an exclamation mark saying command, but shorten it with CMD.
Now, if you want to pull up someone else's information, it's the same as when you want to pull up your own information. Me, just you target another player. Like I can do me at Red Rob Disney, and even though I'm not you, I can pull up your thing. You can also do, I added a new one. I'm not sure if I actually added it to the commands, but there's level.
Oh, okay.
Which just brings up the basic details, your level and your experience points. As you can see, I'm level 55. Now, Furbus, on the other hand, is a hideously high level of Furbus Brown, level 1,475. He broke the system when I added the experience point system. And he just jumped up to level 1000 before I caught it.
Holy
Yeah. You think that's insane?
how
As you can see, if you pull up S card, it brings up how many perk points you have left. So if I do S card on Furbus, which tells you how many perk points he has and how many perks he has 1,415 perk points left.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you might not,
so-
but I mean, on the plus side, I kind of use Furbus for all of my testing, so he's constantly getting demorphed. So I mean, I guess it's a good thing he can have every single perk in the game and massive hit points, because, you know, I might want to do something like, oh, I don't know, Ryder. Kick him. Times 99,000. For testing, you know, the battle system. Because, I mean, I'm only doing, what is that? How much damage did I deal? That's hundreds, thousands, millions. I only did 3 billion points of damage. Did I actually miss? And I think nope. Oh, I'm too exhausted. Not enough AP to use the attack, and it fails.
So far, so good. I'm beginning
Yeah, that's actually
to,
one that's Yeah, I've built into the next thing I'm going to build into the next revision of the battle system before I start specifying it for each individual attack for different writers is actual chance for critical attacks, which deal double damage modified by perks. So there are perks that actually increase your critical damage multiplier. And I'm trying to remember what the other one is. There's critical attacks, and I'm trying to remember what the other one might be. Because there's already a chance to miss, and then there's a cost. I think it's just a critical system I have to build into place. Oh yeah, and the number of attacks you can actually have. Because right now you can set the number of attacks, but I'm going to actually build in a system where it's based upon the attack you're using. So for Rider Kick, I'm probably going to leave it uncapped with the normal maximum cap. But like certain, you know, Rider abilities would give you different attacks. Like for example, Paradox in X-Aid, if you're using Paradox in his new level 99 form, he can do up to a total of a 10-hit combo. So you'd limit it up to a 10-hit combo.
Okay.
And the only reason there's actually a cap to, like, the actual number of these things is that there's an actual cap in the database. And so I'd actually have to increase the size of the database for particular things. There's like a cap to how much HP you can have, and this is just based upon the database values. So I put in caps into the system that prevent you from actually, because what was happening during the early testing is I would Rider Kick Furbus, and I would deal so much damage that he'd go into negative health, and then that would actually bring his health up to full.
Oh, no wonder.
So that's why, for those of you who are really early on, you might remember like when you would kill somebody, they'd end up with more health and more the damage you would do to them, because it was a number overflow error. So I had to throw in minimums and maximums.
I got hit by Furbus.
And of course, I have other systems in place. Every time you post, you gain experience points, and you will level up based upon your experience. You can actually see your experience gain rate by just typing into the chat at any time debug.
Okay.
And every time you level up, as the chat has conveniently told us, thank you, Neo, you will get a full restore of HP, AP, and IP on the house. So you can see here, every time I post in the chat, I get 31 experience points, plus 620 experience points for my intelligence of 200. The maximum amount of XP I get per post is 655. And now, if I were to say, Rider Kick at Furbus. I missed. He dodged my attack. This is the problem with this is the problem with attacking someone who's 1,000 levels higher than you. Furbus is incredibly hard to hit now.
So the higher the level, it's going to be the higher the level the rider is, it's going to be harder to dodge.
Yeah. Well, it's
He
actually
thinks-
not. It's not actually specifically based upon level, but rather upon your stats, and his stats. His stat, because like your dodge chance is based upon your agility, modified by your power multiplier, also modified by your level and a few other things. And because Ferbus is just so ludicrously high level, that his stats reflect that.
Okay.
So, I mean, I could increase my power multiplier to the same insane level he had and get myself up to level 1000 if I wanted to. Because that's an administrator level command.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was fun. Digi and I and Ferbus were just messing around with Rider Kick trying to find at what point, because the math system that is actually used to calculate this does actually have a value for infinity. There is an actual value where if the numbers are high enough, it will straight up say that your damage is infinity.
Oh, okay.
And then we found out what the exact range you needed to be in order to inflict infinity damage. And it's really fun because of the way the system works and because it actually uses skill multipliers. If you have the right skills, I believe it's Iron Fist for Rider Kick and Rider Punch. It actually will give you additional health. Gives you additional attack damage. So, like, if you have Iron Fist rank 5, you will deal your base attack plus 100% of your base attack. Basically doubling your damage. And so there's actually a point when we were doing our testing where it would actually read something like Ferbus Zawardo attacks, Digiminer for infinity plus infinity damage.
Okay.
So I've had a lot of fun building this system.
Gee, now that's a pretty interesting system.
And as you can see, you just leveled up yourself, so you've now got a full HP, AP, and IP restore. There's also There's also a heal command.
Yeah, I get you. Because whatever I do or speak, whatever I do to raise my rider and I speak, meaning I could still level up of how intelligent we are.
Heal at Red Rub. You can even target other people for their healing maneuver. Use Healing Touch on Red Rob, dealing 24 points for 6 IP. That's based upon your intelligence. Ferbus Brown used Rider Kick on Ferbus Brown. He literally kicked himself in the face. Yeah, Ferbus, you have a lot of health. 31 million health.
Oh, no. That's actually ridiculous.
It is. I could go in and manually change him in the database, but I just think it's fun because have you actually seen what his specialty class is? There are a few people who have special classifications. And if you actually look at Ferbus, his special class, which comes before all the classes modified by morphing and henching and whatnot, is Test Dummy. He is a Test Dummy, Common Rider Wise Man, in Almighty Phantom Gold style.
Almighty Phantom Gold style.
Yes. So he's Common Rider Wise Man in Almighty, aka Infinity, Gold, Dragon. That's the Wise Man variant of it. Digiminer has his own custom title. And of course I have my own as well.
How can you earn those resists?
The resists or what? See?
The resists, like from
The resists are calculated based upon your stats. And there's also some perks that give you resist directly. So you can see Digiminer is a freight train. And of course, me, of course, I'm an overlord. Right now I'm Kamen Rider Lupine.
Alright, let me see. Class for Overlord Kamen Rider Lupin. Oh, well, at first I thought the level stats would be ridiculous, but the class or form, that would be even more ridiculous.
Yeah, it's all part of the Henshin system. H-I-N-S-H-I-N-C-M-D. Henshin commands. Those are our current Henshin systems. These are the current things you can Henshin into. O's, Forze, Wizardo, Gaim, Drive, and kind of sort of Exade.
As much as I, as much as I want to get DK, but nah, it was too late for that. But
Eventually I will get
like,
Decade, but I'm going through these systematically, so I've finished. Oh, I did O's, I did Fours, I did Wizard, I did Gaim, I did Drive, so the next one I'm doing is Ghost, and then Exade, and then I'll start going back and doing Double, Decade, Kiba, and so on.
Alright.
So, like, for example, you can see all the Gaim commands with Gaim Henshin, which lists all of the Gaim Henshin commands. Or rather, this is the driver on commands. This doesn't even take into account any fruits you want to equip. This is just setting the base rider you are. So you can, with the system in place, once I get around to that area, you can be like Baron, like Suika arms, or you can be Baron Dragon Fruit arms, or any one of them. Like the wizard system is fully complete, so like with the wizard system, you can be wizard, like pretty much anything. You can have wizard use the mage ring. So that's a two-tier system. You put your driver on first, and then you choose the form. So you can have wizard put on his standard driver, and he can use a variant on the mage rings, or he can use the wise man ring, or he can use beast rings to henshin.
Oh.
I believe if you're trying to do the O's henshin, you actually have to have commas after each one.
Oh, okay.
Plus, I also think you have to henshin it on. Yeah, so it should be henshin O's. I must say Taka, Tora, Bata. And it should actually throw up an error because I don't have the right driver system.
I was doing Super Taka, Super Tora, and Super Bata.
Ah, yes. And
How you do?
why have you crashed, RP bot? What caused it this time? Oh, yes, Furbus is actually doing a custom Go Buster for me. Okay. Are you crashing or not, RP bot? Anyway, I think I will end the actual live stream because we can continue our talks here. Why is it? Alright.
So the E-Bot
Alright.
Neo is actually an actual bot that technically does the scheduling and the notifications of your status.
Yep, RPBot
So
handles
it's not
pretty
real-
much everything. Yes, I'm looking
So-
actually at the code for RPBot right now, and for some reason Cheetah is throwing an error, so I'm going to debug that right now. But I think we've done enough talking on the actual stream. I'll end the stream, but I'll keep staying here in the chat. I just don't think that people on the stream need to know all these details, because we're kind of shooting the breeze at this point. The Yu-Gi-Oh stuff has ended. Peace out, everybody.
Yeah.
Of course, we'll be back in a few hours for Spandex Friday. So, see you
Alright.
guys.